You're not taking this serious.
You got a remote for the camera now. Fancy.
I've always had it. I just keep forgetting it. Yeah.
Look how sharp today.
This seems to be us too. People said that they were coming, but there are no shows at the moment. But yeah, we'll get on with it. It is what it is.
It's alright. People be tired these days.
Yeah. Welcome back to Uncommon Sense Podcast. I am Fabian. This is Ella. The missus is on the podcast this week. We ain't been here for ages. Basically, a lot of things have been happening. We've been on holiday. We've been St Lucia for a while. Preparing for something. If you notice, you notice. And then my laptop broke, and it's still broken. So getting these podcasts editing is going to be a bit difficult, but it is what it is. We have to move.
Yeah, no, the laptop breaking was a bit. Yeah, I felt that one.
Yeah. So it's currently in repair. Sent to Curry's. It's going to get sorted, and then these will get edited and put back out. But things have been moving. As I said, we've been on holiday. St Lucia. We went with Darky, but he's not here this week. He was meant to be back. Jamal couldn't make it with us, but it'll be nice next time if he can come out with us, and we had a good time, man. It's just annoying that we're back here.
You know what, let's be real though, it's winter now, so everyone's got their head down and things going on. It's a bit too cold, innit?
Cold?
Yeah.
What are you talking about coming for the pod today?
Not even just for the pod, it's just life in general, man.
Oh, I hate
when people are like scrambling, you know, they got things going on.
I've met a few black people that like winter, and I'm still yet to understand how and why.
What do you mean?
It just baffles me. We're not built for this time of year. We're not built for this hemisphere. This is not our time of year. This is not our weather. And just talking about it, just coming back from St Lucia, man, and straight back into this cold, it's reminding me why we need to grind to get out of here. Still, every day is another day to a reason why not to be here. Just sitting in it. And when we stepped off the plane, no word of a lie, my nails started to just crack up, my skin drying up. I mean, it's beautiful, the humidity out there in the soft water, so you just rarely have to cream. You may have to cream once every 2 days or something like that, but when you come back here, you cream
we had the
lotion twice a day.
Yeah, the privilege of the springs, that's what it was. And when you have the springs around you, just dip yourself in there.
We have about 4 natural springs around my house where we live. Mm-hmm. It's just beautiful.
I counted 5. I don't know why.
5? But I wasn't saying, here's the Haroon said he's on his way now.
Yay!
But yeah, what we had Jerusalem, we have Piton Falls, we have Diamond Falls, and the Sulphur Springs. I don't know about the 5th one. That's 4.
Must have been in my head then.
But we went to everyone but Piton Falls. We rent a car. I haven't owned a car out there yet. I'm gonna buy a car to put out there once, like soon enough, hopefully. Part of the family. But yeah, we didn't have the car on the last couple of days, so we didn't get to go to Piton Falls. I'll put a few pictures in that alongside what we're talking about, so you actually get an idea what we're talking about. It's hard to talk about it because I just want to be back there. I just want to be back.
Feeling holiday blues.
Holiday blues. It doesn't feel like a holiday when you're back home because you're not really doing up tourist. We're just living.
Yeah, that's the beauty of actually like having family and like living and property and all that kind of thing out there. You can just go see your family. You're not worried about staying in a resort. You're not worried about staying where the tourists are. You're just doing your thing. You're just going there. You're going home. Essentially, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, yeah, I'll put a few pictures. Haroon will be able to talk about it a little bit more when he gets here. And yeah, we're just looking to be out there more often, you know what I mean? Now, if I can do more like 4 months out there throughout the year, like dotted around, not 4 straight,
working on it,
a month here and there, it'd be beautiful. It's a nice reset, just a reminder that this is not it all the time.
Yeah, but then you also come to realize when you're there and you're living locally, you kind of have this thing where you feel like part of you's missing, like you're built for it. Yes, you got your knowledge of living here. You know, westernized society, things are a bit different, more fast paced, more opportunity. Then you go back and everything's kind of scaled all the way down, and look who it is.
What's up with it? Yo, in a bit. I said he's waiting for food. And it was going to come up after, but we've already started and we ain't going to be talking for like an hour and a half. I doubt it, to be able to get him here. So
it's all right. Food is good.
Yeah, so he said he'll be back next week, and we'll talk more in depth about St Lucia next week when he's here. So there'll be I can throw a little few pictures in this one if this even gets out by next week, hopefully, because with the laptop situation, I can do it on other things. So hopefully it works out. But we've got other things to talk about this week too. As you can see, she's wearing a Jamaican shirt. So
yeah, I had to rep.
We have to speak about things. She's got family back home that have been affected by the hurricane.
Yeah, it's been a bit heavy. But good news, people on my side have been okay, but I've only heard from half the family so far. I've got family in Kingston, they're okay. Family in St Anne's Bay, they're okay. With a few bits and bobs happening with the houses. Roof torn off of my uncle's place. My grandma's roof caved in. Luckily, everyone was in one place, so they weren't, in these homes, so they were fine. They are fine. My nan literally just coming off with a cold. I don't know how she got there, but spoke to her just about is it yesterday I spoke to her, so she's in good spirits. Heard from one of my uncle's partners in the countryside. So I have family in St Elizabeth and in Manchester Parish. And those areas in particular, especially St Elizabeth, mash up. So there isn't any phone service. I haven't heard from any of my cousins in the country. So far I've heard from my uncle's partner that they're all good, especially my great grandma. They all live in concrete houses, so their houses are okay. It's just some flooding some people have had to deal with. But I'm just hoping so far that there's a silver lining in all of this, because I've been, we've been checking out the news. I've been checking out TVJ News. If you know, you know. Aid has been arriving slowly but surely. Praying for Westmoreland as well, Hanover, in the western parts, southwestern parts of the country, Montego Bay, all been severely hit. So keep Jamaica in your prayers. I, for one, at some point will work with my mum to see if we can send some stuff as well over when we can. We're just paying attention to how, if things are open and if they're moving as well. Guys, send some barrels over if you can. Send donations if you can. Because, they're talking about death toll rising and things like that. Dead animals, people dying. Of course, it's
all the things that come after it as well, with like the disease, with the amount of water that ruined the sewage system. People don't think of it like that. The water for like drinking water is not going to be available.
I don't think people are actually deep in like the scale of in which the damage was done, because you've got people who are looking for sanitation, where to relieve themselves, food to eat, water to drink. People have lost their children. I've seen posts where people are looking for, one woman looking for 2 of her kids.
Really?
Yeah, one family looking for 4 kids. My mum telling me that this one lady was running for cover, must have slipped, and unfortunately her child died in her arms. A man, rest in peace as well to all the people who have died. The man whose house literally fell on top of him. This is getting me emotional now, but it is quite severe with the impact. The people who are still yet to wait for help. When the news crew come, you see the desperation in people's eyes. Jamaica isn't just a destination for holidays and for pictures and to look nice. It's a real place for real people, and just imagine if we had something like that over here, you'd want help as soon as possible. So that, and I have to give my warm regards to Cuba and Haiti as well. I'm not going to say that, they weren't hit as bad with the hurricane. They definitely had the flooding. They definitely have had the winds and the destruction just the same. Jamaica more so, of course, but keep everyone on that side of the island in your hearts, because just leaving St Lucia as well and seeing how beautiful life is out there. If I had the money to, I would do my best to protect everyone I can. I just feel that way. You can't help everybody, but
it just makes you think like all the little amount of money that England, the Commonwealth, give to Jamaica to help out. What was it? First of all, they gave over like 2 mil or something stupid.
2 mil,
like
and then the next
and it was 5 mil.
5 mil, so that's about 7 mil and 7.5.
And that's not going nowhere. That's not really going far.
Don't even get me started on that one.
Yeah, and we know how much money they give to other things. We're not going to go into that today, but yeah.
No, because they say you want to look at it both ways. Yeah, one, you could there's a lot more aid where that came from, for one, but two, every little helps.
Oh yeah, but if we keep going on the way of every little helps, we're not going to
get any further. Then
we're not going to get any further. They'll notice that. Oh yeah, they'll be happy with that. And that's enough.
Nah, Jamaica needs a lot more than that.
And this is what I'm saying with the Commonwealth. It's not really, it doesn't really mean anything. It's just like common poverty. But then again, they will say if we were independent, completely independent, they wouldn't give us anything.
You love the music, you love the culture, you love the food.
Take, innit? It's all about take what we can get from you.
I'm glad to see the tourists and foreigners have come to visit the country, the people who are actually help cleaning up in the resorts, people who are help clearing out things as well before they take the flight home. It's not always good news as well. You got some people who have just complain at resorts where the staff are only doing so much, worried about their own family members who are looking after the some tourists, but it's not everybody. You can see the difference between people. You see people who have a good heart, and you got some people who are just so selfish and wicked in these times.
Talking about what food they can have in the middle of a disaster.
Self-preservation is
the level of entitlement in this world that we live in now has gone through the roof. Because people are just brain dead. They're just living on autopilot. They're not even thinking about what's actually going on around them. Just think, I want. It's just like
self-preservation is a human thing. I understand that, but when
self-preservation or actually being brain dead and being self-entitled,
there's that too.
There's not self-preservation. Thinking it wasn't like they wanted just sustenance and any food they could get. They wanted specifics because they're in a all you can eat.
If there's no oxtail, I can't get no. There's no oxtail, I can't get no oxtail.
They paid for what's it called again? All inclusive. They paid for all inclusive, so they expect. Kind of craziness. Like you're not in an all-inclusive environment now.
Melissa come and mashed out for everybody. Nobody's
all-inclusive.
Nobody's more special than the next person. They're all suffering in one way or another. More so the locals. Come on now.
And like people think like people telling them, why on earth are you booking full weddings or honeymoons in the middle of hurricane season? There's a reason why your plane's cheap or your hotel price is cheaper, because it's the middle of hurricane season where they expect less tourists to be going there.
Well, to be fair, there was news weeks ahead saying that there was a storm brewing.
Oh yeah, but my holiday's more important, isn't it? That's what some people come across, like my holiday's way more important than trying to what do they call it? Maybe that's what they're probably thinking. A storm might be coming. They're not definitely believing in that. I can guarantee you that. Listen,
that aside, yeah, just one thing about Jamaicans is that they're resilient.
Oh yeah.
As people,
you people are mad. All those different videos of what man doing. What was it, the Earth song?
The Earth song, man standing in between the banana tree.
I saw that. I saw a couple other people winding up in the rain. Yeah, you
playing dominoes.
You're not afraid of nothing.
Yeah. Well, not everywhere was hit as bad as some places.
Yeah.
The only thing that took over mainly, from what I can see, is just flooding.
There's a whole part of the side of the island that hasn't got any electricity still. I can't remember which specific, east or west, but...
Well, that's mainly west.
No.
Mainly west.
There was a part where severe flooding and then all power lines are just falling down. So the main road over there has been taken out.
Digicel's been down for a minute.
Because if it's anything built like St Lucia, one road is mainly, that's it. There's only one main road and all the things come off that. So if that main road is blocked, you're not getting there. So.
Yeah, man, I see one comment on TikTok saying that somebody broke Melissa's heart.
People got time. Me, I'm trying to find that funny in a time like this. You people are good, man. This happened in St Lucia in 2010, innit?
Mm.
And took at least 10 years for them to get back up and running.
That's another thing as well. Relief ain't gonna come in like a day. Rome won't build in a day.
No, and even you got one airport, so you can only land so many planes at one time, and one plane at a time can only land. You know what I mean?
I forget that, you know. Ooh.
So you got that, and you got the boats to come in and help as well. So as well as that, but let's not do doom and gloom the whole podcast.
No, it's not all doom and gloom, man. As long as people are hearing back from their families, especially in foreign, you know, we've got a bit of hope there where it's still there. So, you know, we'll always build ourselves back up, man. It's not the first time. Last one was Gilbert back in '88. My mum was a little girl at the time, and they recovered. So,
yeah,
Jamaica.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Hopefully, we might go out next year. If not next year, definitely the year after.
Oh no, I'm hoping for next year. I need to go and see everybody.
Willing. So,
God's willing. Same way we're feeling about coming back to St Lucia, you know.
I'll be going to St Lucia a fair few times. So it's easy. So it's only a flight. That's what it all is, man. When you got somewhere to stay and take away that hotel price, it's always easier to go away.
All you're paying for is flight, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flight and utility bills, obviously, when we're there using the house. But on other things, it looks like Shadeborough are getting a bit of taste of their own medicine. We've been seeing that happening. Bouncers got them on the ropes. It's been fun to watch.
Oh, it's been so fun to watch. We're missing the popcorn though.
Popcorn. No, but it's about time. At the end of the day, they've been... To me, I kind of had an inkling that Shadeborough was run by black people. You know what I mean? Like I've heard a few people be like, I didn't think it was run by black people, the way they kind of portray us to the community, and not even portray us to the community, portray themselves, because they're a part of us. They're black people, unfortunately. They're part of the Afro diaspora.
Never once thought that it wasn't run by black people, because majority of the news is about.
But come on, you can have a people of white people of European descent knowing about us enough to be able to put that kind of image about us, because they do that in other places. They do that in England. They do that in America anyway. That's what the hip hop scene is. To be able to push that as the main image of what the black community is, that's what they love to see. Like, this is the pimps, the scantily clad women, the men that love chains, to love to spend money. They love to have big things, expensive cars. That was the kind of the fake facade of that, what the black community only is. But that was pushed then. It still is kind of pushed now, but we're a bit more privy to that. We're more aware.
Yeah, when I took a break off Instagram, like last year, I think I took a break for about 6 months, and I was feeling so good. And I know that these shade pages as well, you got the shade room. The Shadeborough, I feel, is like a...
That's another thing. I thought that they...
I unfollowed Shade Room. That's how much I wanted to clear my head. Yeah. I've only just recently looked back on just to see what's occurring, but I just unfollowed them. Same way with, Shadeborough was just like, okay, well...
I thought that was a UK branch of Shade Room when it first came out.
Same. And at first I thought it was more like a tame version of that, because it wasn't as shady.
It's UK version.
The Shade Room, right? When you look at the Shade Room, I technically separated myself from it because it used to be entertainment for me, and then it would just be pure just low IQ in the comments. And I'm not calling the people them low IQ, I'm just saying that it was just
you can
low vibration conversations. I'm just looking at
80% of the population are stupid, because they do still fall for the same thing.
I just couldn't stand the back and forth and just looking at nothing. Don't come at me for that specific nothing of substance.
That specific statistic, that's something that we say in our family a lot.
Nothing of substance. So I was just like, let me just come off of that. So for me, Shadeborough was a bit more tame in that regard, but then now that I've seen it, it just gets on my nerves when I see it. The only time I look at it is when there's obviously news, you know. So it's also
when I watch it.
It's always a news page for that matter. So
literally, as soon as I see gossip or people saying like Zeze Mills, or I say Lynn May, or I see, I just keep going, man. Just keep going. Because I'm not trying to listen to that part of it. If you're actually telling me what's actually going on, say in England, unfortunately someone may have passed away, or new music happened to be coming out, that's why I'm like tuning in for Shadeborough and stuff like that. But as soon as you're trying to rip down people, unless I actually know the ins and outs of it, I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, me, I try to have no opinion when it comes to, especially other podcasts, bloggers, opinions of certain things, because I mean, that's not my, it's not really my thing to like follow up on. But what I did see from when I saw Bouncer doing his expose, I just thought, ooh, okay. And usually you get that point in the internet where everything is just normal. You just have internet. And then you have something that's come up and it's trending and it's just the topic for like a while. It's just like when you had the Drake and Kendrick beef, like bare people were just looking at that for, it's just an example.
Nah, but Drake and Kendrick was like, it's not a fake beef.
No, it wasn't.
But at the end of the day, it was never gonna come to anything.
But just like this is also real.
Yeah, but this is gonna come to something. This could be the end of Shadeborough at the end of the day. If look, social media is a very, very easy place to get cancelled. And when I mean by cancelled, I don't mean by the court of public opinion cancelled, of which what we usually use in the grand scheme of things. People usually use that. The court of public, if you get cancelled in the court of public opinion, you're done for. But on social media, you can just get not interested. People start to report your stuff. Next minute, your account gets banned. That's your main source of income, just gone, just like that.
No, it's true. It's true. The comments lately on the posts have been very, very interesting. People are now that they know the owners or
what they look like,
and
within the area of where they live.
You know, they're starting. You got the users now starting to like taunt them on the comments, and to be honest,
like who posted this one?
Yeah.
Was it William or Helena?
Good morning with some emojis on the side, things like that, and I'm just thinking, oof, damn, their block list is gonna be hefty.
I don't think they'll block people.
I don't think they can. There's too many followers.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, and it's a page of not specific person. It's a news page, so you shouldn't be blocking anybody. You should be impartial.
One thing I did see,
you shouldn't be reading. They're probably not even reading the comments. What are we talking about? They definitely don't run that page. They have other people to run that page for them.
Yeah, social media marketers and all that.
They're beyond that. If you looked at all the amount of money that they were turning over, to be turning over in the first few years, I think it was a year after COVID. I think Bouncer showed it was like 160 odd K. Then it started to just dwindle down to all the way down to 66K last year. So they've obviously figured out how to turn the books, to spend money to make it look like they're not earning us enough money, so they don't have to pay enough tax. So if they're smart enough to do that, they're not running that page themselves. They're not reading those comments
looking themselves. After logistics and admin and all that.
Yeah, they're barely doing anything. They're probably just the owners of Shadeborough telling people what to do now.
And to be fair as well, you see all the comments as well, I sometimes feel like, it's probably left there just for the algorithm's sake, because,
They know how it works. The more comments you put on anything, doesn't matter what the comment is, doesn't matter what the comment is. As long as you've got comments, it's getting pushed on the algorithm.
A bit crafty on their end, to be fair.
And people, and you know what, another thing, we're so conditioned just to like stuff, not thinking like liking something and pushing the algorithm and making their money for them. You should just view it, comment on it, and then keep it moving. Don't like the posts. You shouldn't be liking any of Shadeborough's posts. It should be 0 likes on it and all comments to keep the algorithm going, but the algorithm is not pushing it in the way of what they want it to be done. Comments on it don't get you the same amount of push as likes and comments, or just likes. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll be seeing more developments on that.
So you'll be just getting, your followers are just seeing your posts rather than the extension of people outside your followers. People you may like this won't be seeing your stuff. Or see it, comment, and then report the thing if you want to actually make a difference. Because this is how we really make a difference, because we really have the power. But unfortunately, the way we've been brought up and conditioned, we don't actually really think we have the power.
In the meantime, like and subscribe ours.
Yeah, do that.
But yeah, we'll see more developments from Bouncer as we go on, because he, in my opinion, is doing something quite good here, because to claim that people's lives have been ruined, and I don't think he's wrong here.
No, obviously he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Because even down to me, I didn't know. Obviously, I knew Bouncer had been to jail. I didn't know why Bouncer went to jail. I knew that he had something to do with Play Dirty of Creps and Cola, and that's all as far as I knew about Bouncer. So when Shadeborough started coming out telling me about he done dirty, he did Little Man dirty, he had done another person dirty, this, that, the other, I'm just like,
dragging his name through the mud,
and I was just like, okay, maybe this is the type of person he was before he went to jail. That happens. Unfortunately, we're human, so we start to make assumptions. But I'm not gonna go and start telling man to kill himself and talking comments. It's not my business. I don't know the man from Adam. You know what I mean? I just seen what Shadeborough posted, and unfortunately, it's given me a poor assumption of what Bouncer is. Come to light now, it's a lie. it's mostly been like. But I kind of knew that when they were doing the same rubbish with Poet. When Poet was trying to see his kids in Sweden, and they were posting about him being a deadbeat father, this, that, the other.
I remember that really made me upset.
But the thing is, it can't work. It can't wash, because if you're a Poet fan, I wouldn't say I'm a fan of Poet. I enjoy listening to certain things that he talks about. That's what it really is. I'm not a fan of him. If I met him in person, it would be Spud. We say him, we'd have a good conversation. But from watching him on HC and watching him on Filthy, you know that wasn't the type of person that he was.
Mm-mm.
And you can kind of see from
especially when he told his side of the story as well.
Oh yeah, trust me. We was from the moment he was becoming a father, I think I remember him announcing it on HC. So you can see that, you can see the happiness it brought him to find out that he's going to be a father.
Hide it.
The circumstances that it may have come about, fair enough, it wasn't great. But what Shadeborough made him paint him out to be was not on. So from that one happened, I was like, all right, cool. This is just a news outlet. They don't really care about who the person is. This is just about getting clicks for themselves. It just has nothing about being impartial. It's about how many clicks I can get. And unfortunately, when you're not BBC, when you're not Sky News, you can be less impartial. So you can choose whatever side you want to be on, and you can create the narrative.
It's more informal news.
Yes, there we go. It's informal news.
Informal news. You don't have to be cordial about it.
No.
Nah.
Because when we had our Bow Planet, Bow News, I'm Just News, I'm Just Bait, they started that kind of thing. You know what I mean? You didn't need to be impartial. You could just post, because at the end of the day, controversy sells.
But they actually posted news. That's the thing.
Yeah, but Shadeborough still posts news though.
Still post news.
But Shadeborough posts news that's going to get clicks deliberately, regardless of how it's going to paint a person or make a person.
But that's probably why I see it differently, because then like Bow News and all that, it was actual news. But
you know where they probably got their ideas from? TMZ. TMZ moved like that. TMZ been moving like that for years.
Yeah.
Then Shade Room coming after that and jumped on the bandwagon. World Star Hip Hop jumped on the bandwagon. You've got all these already circulating in America.
It is news, but it's more like music news.
It was music news. World Star Hip Hop was hip hop, but it's nothing to do with hip hop no more. It's World Star. It's just World Star. So that's where Shadeborough probably got their ideas from and thought we can.
So basically, try to make a UK World Star then at that.
Yeah, that's what it was. And then it's about getting clicks. And look, we'll digress, because at the end of the day, the reason why Bouncer has come, I won't say the reason, but one of the main reasons is the Get situation. So as you can see, obviously we already know now, by the time you're going to watch this pod, everybody knows what's happened. He may have already been, unfortunately, I won't say unfortunately, circumstances. You do these kind of things, this is what happens to you. He might have been sentenced by that time. We loved Gets, grew up with Gets, been watching Gets my whole life. But as soon as you do something like this, to the extent of this, does not absolve you from just being, you're now just a person, you're a human being. I forget about the catalogue of things that you've done in the past and who you've become. Unfortunately, I have to take you for the criminal now that you are, because of the fact that you hit and ran. If you hit somebody, fair enough. You're drinking, fair enough. The thing that you should do is stop. Regardless of all the other things that you've done to cut up to the situation, you stop. You don't just carry on, because that really shows the kind of character of the person you are. And I see people bringing up lyrics of what he said in the past that he wouldn't stop. And I guess he's just showing the colours of what he really is. I've loved the music. I don't know the man. Maybe this was always the man.
Ultimately, rest in peace to the young man. Yeah.
And condolences to his family, because they're the ones that are really having to see this posted 24/7. Even me talking about it now, if this randomly gets to someone else is talking about, unfortunately, passing of their son, family member.
Yeah, you know what? When you showed me the video, it still plays in my head every now and then. Every time you bring
really?
up, my
brain's not vivid like that.
No, I
guess I'm desensitized.
Probably, but for me, I know that I'm a sensitive person. So when I see stuff like that, that's why I don't like watching videos where people have close calls. Because stuff like that will stick in my head for some reason. It's not gonna stay there and give me nightmares, no. But you bring it up, and it's just like, I remember seeing that. That's why when you showed me, I only seen that video once, and I turned my face as soon as I saw. You know what I'm saying? It was just, oh my gosh. You remember my reaction?
Yeah, I think most people's reaction would be like that.
I felt sick, man.
A natural reaction for a person, a human being that's like not desensitized, unfortunately, it should be like that.
That's because I choose to stay away from that because I know myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of videos like that online. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I tell you what, yeah, it happened to me from a very young age as well, especially when they had documentaries about 9/11. I know it's completely like off topic, but I remember seeing footage of someone literally just dropping themselves out of the building to escape. And I remember that, like, now that I brought it up, I'm just vividly remembering that documentary and that little piece of footage there. And I was in high school when I saw it. You know what I'm saying? It's just stuff like that as well. That's how, like, sensitive I am to human nature, especially when people are in dire situations they can't get out of. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're here one moment and then you're gone the next. Yeah, you leave your house thinking you're gonna go about your day, and then hope that you come back home in one piece every single day.
Not every single day.
There's
a lot of people out there, that are worried that to just be able to get home, they're not just living on to peacefully. Like
because obviously we're not going to think about that every single day. You know what I'm saying? You go about your day and you just know that you're careful enough to.
A lot of people don't, I've give it to a chat. I have a lot of chats with people on site because we work in environments that are kind of dangerous.
Oh,
genuinely, people are thinking that I've got to get home to see my kids. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to go and do something absolutely reckless because even though my job entails
workplace accidents happen. That's not their fault.
Because recently, a site that I'm going back to probably Thursday, Yeovil, not necessarily the site that I went, but the company that's running that site, they've gone extra now with their health and safety because 2 people passed away in a fire in one of their sites in the last 2 months or something like that. So I'm saying that people, I'm actually thinking I want to get home safe and sound because my job sometimes can entail danger. But yeah, I'm going left.
No, I don't think it's left. I think it's just a general statement in terms of you're going about your day and you want to be home safe, and especially when you've been hit by a car. Yeah, I don't think it's something that you anticipate all the time.
Yeah, I can't lie. No. Well, you do now. You have to, because the standard of driving has gone through the floor. As a driver, I drive 24/7 up and down the country. Not necessarily that's my job, but I do distance to get to my jobs.
Yeah,
the standard of driving is terrible. So you have to keep. There you go. You have to have eyes in the back of your head driving.
Yeah, but then as if you're a pedestrian,
you don't even get that experience.
Not necessarily. No, you're not necessarily thinking that because you have this sort of thing where I'm going to walk safely and I don't see anybody on the road. And so I'm
so fast.
Do you know how fast he went?
I have no idea.
Okay, yeah, we don't even need to know.
But from the video, it was ridiculously fast. And for another thing as well, most people, unless he's one of those people that's been down on his phone, or he's like, he hasn't got good peripherals, the gentleman that passed away, most people can see a car coming from distance. Do you understand? So he's not stepping in that road because he can sense or feel something coming not too far away. Because most cars traveling even 50, 40 miles an hour, you still can see them just there on the road. You know what I mean? You're just there. He must have been moving at least 100 to 100 and something because he came in a flash. And the boy didn't realise it, unfortunately. So, and then we're going past all this, the fact that he hit him. Why the hell are people still driving? It's beyond me. I don't drink alcohol like that. I didn't drink alcohol for at least 8 years after my 21st birthday. 7 years it was. Boom. And now here and then birthday parties, or if I go on holiday and occasions, I'll drink. My tolerance is ridiculous. And because it doesn't go anywhere, even if I stop drinking, I know alcohol is not for me because it's not doing the same things that I see to other people when they get drunk. However, I will never get in my car when I've been drinking. Because one, my car wouldn't be there. I'd plan for a way to be able to get there and back from that place. Or I'm a designated driver, so I'm not drinking anyway. So drinking driving is just one of those things that I can never get my head around.
But people need to talk about this more though, because it's a lot more common than you think.
Oh no, I know. I've been in people's cars.
Me and you both.
Yeah, I mean, like I've been pulled for people, and I've had to. I don't know how we got away with it. He got pulled. Didn't get breathalyzed. The police just said, look, drop the car at your closest relatives or put someone that you know, and you need to get a taxi wherever you're going from there. And I was like, because at the time I was gone well over the limit, and I just passed my test in the last 6 or 7 months since that. So I wasn't taking the risk. I was in the passy. Person who was driving, I didn't understand that necessarily he was over the limit. I knew he had drunk, but I didn't know who he was. Now I knew who he was. I'm not going to give names, but I didn't know where he was prior to picking me up, because he came and picked me up from another place. I was in town. So whatever happened for him getting there before him getting to me, I don't know what happened anyway. So, but we never got in trouble and no one got hurt, but we were driving reckless. We could have easily got hurt, but I'm here, still here. But I'm saying drink driving is just mad. It's crazy work. But human beings, we do crazy stuff.
Yeah, people trust themselves more than, they trust themselves enough to really just get down the road, innit? Because that's all it is. You're right.
Yeah, when I played football, in the ribs, it's killing me. Go on.
Yeah, like I said, people trust themselves, especially in a state. I'm not saying that, I'll just leave them to it. I'm not involved.
Yeah, but I got to talk to these people as well. I can't actively know someone's going to go get in their car drunk, or they've drunk and they know they're over the limit. I can't do it. I'm just not wired like that.
Yeah, this needs to be more for conversation.
And people need to hold each other accountable, and don't be afraid to hold each other accountable. Because if you can't hold that person accountable and you call them your friend, then they're not really your friend.
Consequences are dire for that, anyways.
The friendship's not deep enough if you can't hold that person accountable for what they're about to go and do. Again. Or what they may have done, got away with, luckily, or nothing's happened, and you don't like the fact that they've done that. You still need to go and have that conversation with the person, because you will be the better friend. Because down the line you could be saving lives, and you could be saving their life, because you never know, you could die in an accident, go to jail, or you have other people that are rely on you to fend for them and make money for them, as if they're children or family members, and you could just be taken away because you're going to prison. So look at Getz. Getz is big money breadwinner. I guarantee there's plenty of people that rely on him, and that's all going to get taken away. And it rightfully so. He needs to go to jail for that. I shouldn't be seeing no suspended sentence, or he gets a 3 years and gets to come out after 1.5 because we know who he is and blah, blah, blah. And people start talking about him in a positive light. Can't be doing that. Because when you've just done a crime, you get treated for that crime. You don't get character witnesses prior because we didn't expect you to do that crime. You do for lesser ones. Sorry, for lesser crimes you do. But this is beyond. Someone has died. We're not doing he was a good man prior, so we're going to do a lighter sentence on him. Because they're going to use these lyrics, and they're going to use these evidence of you driving in the car with Posty and these things as evidence.
I think that's another sticky thing about actually being an artist as well, and getting in trouble with, like, your own art is used against you.
Yeah.
Or your lyrics, for that matter, or anything that you write, or anything that comes out of your mind that you put on paper and you share with the world, is going to be used against you if people don't rate it.
No, it's not even that if you don't rate it.
If you don't really like what you're hearing.
If you get yourself into a stick, if you get yourself into issues the way that it can be used as evidence and repercussive evidence.
Because me personally, I enjoyed his music. In fact, I even enjoyed, remember Supercell as well? Everyone was waiting for Supercell season 2.
I think that's finished. I think that's probably already filmed. And unfortunately, this is messed up, because I guarantee you Netflix won't allow you to put that out with him in it. He's going to have to be scrubbed, or you're going to have to re-record the parts that he was in it. So,
we don't know about that.
We do know. We've seen from the past, from other people's.
Yeah, I know that. But I'm saying
Jonathan Majors, when Jonathan Majors was in the issues with Marvel and stuff like that. Issues with Marvel, it was issues with that woman. They just wrote him. They just scrapped the film. They scrapped the film. They scrapped him as Kang the Conqueror and said we're going to go in a different path. And situations, Netflix has got enough money to do that. They don't care about, say, if it was a good groundbreaking program for the black community.
To be fair, there's not much I can really say, because I haven't really heard anything about the show anyways, if it's in,
like, I feel it's Ratman's show, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is Ratman's. Yeah.
But we're gonna have to bring it back to the Shadeborough on this one, because this is now when they take the news and run with it.
Yeah, but they didn't run with it. They ran with specific people speaking about it.
Yeah,
because they could have posted anything. There was plenty of smaller influencers, as they want to be called, people on Instagram that were talking about it in the correct way, saying RIP to the boy, holding gets accountable, holding people that drink and drive accountable. But they chose to go with your Lin Mays, your Zeze Mills, and these people chatting about it. Not in a negative way, saying that the boy was wrong and everything, just stepping in the road. Just talking in the fact of that Getz is not this type of person, and we shouldn't all be just throwing him under the bus when technically you should. because he deserves so to be thrown under the bus for what you've done, and for the evidence that we already have of you telling us that you kind of would do these things.
Do you know what, the way how I see it is like if it's someone who you know personally who's done something like that and actually caught a murder charge, it is really heart-wrenching to actually to see something like that.
Oh, it is. So don't talk about it.
Yeah.
So sometimes just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
So the friends of him or people close to Gets just shouldn't be going onto the internet and talking about these issues because they
it's quite a biased view. Then at the end of the day,
because the biased view sometimes is not deliberately negative.
No,
it's not, or deliberately trying to boost that person in a positive light, even though they've done something negative. Sometimes it's not that. It's just that you're talking about a friend of yours, and just because they've done something, you can't just start just writing them off, and that's rightly so. However, you've got to be critical and hold people accountable. You have to, bro. Like, this whole world is run on the fact that people don't take accountability now. That I think since the 2000s, accountability has probably gone to its lowest levels on a grand scheme. All the way from the higher ups, elites who we know have never been accountable. They're even less accountable now. So, and it's trickled down all the way into society, and people just think like you can get away with anything and not say that it was me. And just be like, oh, all right, cool, you're going to have to deal with it. No. Entitlement and accountability needs to be taken into check. Some drastic things need to happen in this society, this Western society, to put people back into check, to realise, you ain't that special. Everybody's just human. You're shit in the toilet the same way. You're going to get treated the same way. Because it's got out of hand.
This year in particular has been wild, actually, to be fair. Like, so many things have gone on in the news. Like, every year there's something going on, but this year in particular,
yeah, it's got crazy this year in particular. Because what was it, last year was Cat Williams, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the year of truth and blah blah blah, and that's why Diddy got found.
This is like kind of like more like a year of sort of expose.
Well, especially for me, I've just been, my algorithm has completely changed on Instagram. I don't barely see anything about streamers or just jokes, people putting pranks and stuff like that. I don't see that. It was all about unconditioning the mind of the indoctrination of what we've been taught by living in the West, for one, of what we've just used to become into, seeing the propaganda that we grew up with that we were believed was the truth, and obviously the history that they've whitewashed and been showing us for countless amounts of years. And I've just been really trying to look into what's the truth. So with that being happening, I've seen there's a lot more people like me doing that kind of things as well, and coming to understanding and starting to question more things. So it's good. It's nice just to see that there's a push for people to actually try to find real understanding and not just listening to the mainstream news. But when you've got people like Shadeborough, who are meant to be our community as well, pushing and trying to be a part of this mainstream cabal ring of just pushing humiliation and negativity and just to make money out of it, it's sad. Because you know that, well, I hope to think that they come from similar backgrounds to where we came from, but they've obviously they haven't got the same morals, they didn't pick up the same life lessons that we have, and most people that we hang around with like to live our life by, because they've obviously thought we just want to be able to make money and have a decent lifestyle, and even if we have to throw our fellow Afro diaspora under the bus, so be it.
All I can say with this is just in this time it's best to use the internet wisely. Be careful what you post, and what you do consume. Make sure something that's actually feeding the mind. You know, I'm not sending as much memes to you as I used to. Oh no,
I don't mind. Like, you can do that. Everyone needs to be able to have an unwind, and
we gotta have a laugh every now and then.
That can't be the majority of the reason why you're on social media. It can't be the brunt of the social media.
And at one point, my algorithm was just a lot of memes, and I think that was just post lockdown, because that's all I was just looking at. Because what else could you have done? You had to entertain yourself.
My algorithm from the moment I started Instagram, like properly using it, until about 9 months ago, was memes, news and football and sports, I should say. If it weren't that, I don't have anything on there that was giving me any type of knowledge. Maybe not common sense, you know, that page, they give you some random scientific things every so often. That was maybe as far as I was going. Now you got Melanin Rebirth 2.0, You've got alkebulan rebirth on my thing. Alkebula is Africa, the original name. I would say original name. The secondary name is the name that we can go back to as far as to know what we called it. But yeah, I'm listening to obviously PLO. I'm listening to Josh Maponga. I'm listening to what's his name, Julian Malema, chat about his radical or non-radical things in South Africa. I mean, I just had to find out what really was going on and not just listening to.
And that's how it started off, innit?
Yeah, it's how it needs to be, and people should be doing that too.
And in my one, that's just mainly about health and what's going on as well. Oh,
that too. There's plenty of things like that as well. You've been showing me that I have to get onto. So yeah.
Yeah, I think we're just looking to sort of just uproot our lives a bit differently, slowly but surely, because you can't do it in one day.
No, we can't. I've been detoxing. I've done 3 detoxes already this year. I feel a lot better. My skin's better. I've lost weight around here, around the jowls and stuff like that. So it's obviously making a difference, and people should be doing these things too, because the foods that we eat on a day-to-day basis are not good for us. Most of the stuff is riddled with cancerous, small, minute increments of cancerous, like, what do they call them? Not emulsifiers. What do they call it? Preservatives. There we go. Yeah. There's minute increments of cancerous preservatives in our foods, like sodium nitrates and stuff like that.
The problem is they build up over time, innit?
Exactly.
So we're having like maybe...
You need to detox that out of your body.
If you go that far and we're like in our 40s and 50s...
And you've never done a detox.
You've accumulated at least, sadly, 50 years worth of toxins.
50 years parasites sitting in your lower gut, in your intestines. And it's true. As much people want to say, rubbish, I'm here, I'm living. You feel lethargic. You can't just get up and do your things. You're relying on stuff like coffee, energy drinks and stuff like you. But you shouldn't feel like that. As a human being, you should genuinely be able to just survive on water to be able to get up in the morning.
Even if you did drink coffee in moderation.
No, I'm not saying. Ella, I'm not saying this about.
No, I didn't say that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying in moderation and to be watchful of the type of coffee you drink.
Yeah, is that true?
That's
true, because some coffees are heavily manufactured. They've got hard metals in them because of what they've been planted with and what the certain soils have been planted in. Because they're trying to speed up the process to be able to get it out quicker.
I recommend mountain coffee.
Yeah.
That's just my thing right now.
But you're right. Like, people just we need to really get back to nature and understand where we came from. Because there's one thing that I had not too long ago on social media too. It's like, as much as we've progressed with society of technology, build all these skyscrapers, going bullet trains, building Concorde at one point to be able to go to places in under 3 hours, but halfway across the world. Human beings haven't evolved a second more since we really became Homo sapiens. Do you know what I mean? After the Denisovians and all these different other kind of walks of human beings started to drop off, when we became Homo sapiens and just upright, and even from the times in the cave, we haven't really evolved too much. We've just learned to speak more languages, and technology's taken an absolute boom, and we've kind of had to just go along with it.
Yeah, I've got to catch up with you in the research now, because I'm
talking about evolution of the human body. We haven't really evolved too much, but we've had to come along with all this different change that we've brought along with us through technology and everything. That's why I really believe, like, we're still not too far away from nature as we think we are.
Yeah, but it might just be like a mind, body, spirit thing, and this is why I believe in the spirit, because then it's a thing on the inside that's yearning to actually get back to basics. No,
it's not yearning, because you haven't gone far from basics. You think, Ella, in the last 70 years we've really done madness with technology. Go 200 years ago, that type of technology that they had 200 years ago was running majority for like the 1,000 years before that.
What, longevity?
Do you understand? So 200 years ago, we had that same technology for about 1,000 years. But in the last 200 years, our technology has gone absolutely madness. And in the last 70 years, it's gone even crazier. But we've all had to just be fast tracked into living alongside this and getting to use it. That's why your anxiety, your depressions, your illnesses are going up through the roof, because our bodies haven't evolved a second more from when we were just outside of the caves and becoming into, I wouldn't say caves, because I don't think we were, and they call us primitive. There wasn't really a primitive human being in Africa, because there was mathematics and they figured that out with
societies.
There were societies and blah blah blah. But I'm trying to say, even from all those times, we didn't have the technology of what we have now, and those times we were very reliant on nature for our medicines and our health and stuff like that. But we've come away from that in the last 100 years, 70 years, and we're just tablet based in the West.
That explains how.
So I'm just trying to say, all this stuff we've got to get back to nature.
That explains
after
how
all that stuff, all me going around the houses, we need to get back to nature.
No, I'm
we need to detox because our bodies actually haven't changed too much. So we need to get all of these crappy things that we're now putting in our foods, like preservatives, because things need to stay on the shelf.
Stick a pin in that, because it's not even just the food, it's also the products that we use as well and the clothes that we wear. It's just everything seems more disposable more than ever now. Like for instance, when your mum and I talk about furniture, for instance, right, the quality of the furniture that she used to have, or stuff that she's kept all these years, are still in good tact, in good condition.
Yeah, the sofas in the back room are older than me.
The tables, the little coffee tables.
That's as old as me. So that's 31 years old.
Bro, like a table like this now.
I'm not 30, I'm 30, but yeah, I know. Okay.
A table like this in front of us, how long do you think it will last us before we have to get in?
The table's looking a bit tatty already, and this table's
you know
2 years old.
2 years old.
It's not wood though, is it? It's just like
my point is that just like how you're saying that we haven't evolved as much in the last how many years, it's the same that's translated in our products and what we use now. And it's a shame because I always think about quality. I've got coats, yeah, I love my coats, especially my vintage coats. I got a couple coats in my wardrobe that's been there since the 80s. That's just been hand-me-downs from, like, you know, my beloved aunts, and shout out to them. And I look at it and it's in great condition. I'm just thinking, well, I'll just take it to the dry cleaner once a year. And it's well, I only seem to wear them in the winter because they're big coats, big hefty coats. But I see the difference. And then you grab a coat of Shein.
Yeah, but come on. your coat from the 80s, I don't know what the materials, but it's actually proper good materials that are in the coat. But Shein's polyester, lycra.
Yeah, that stuff just disintegrates before your very eyes. You go wash it a few times and then it's like...
Yeah, it's meant to break apart. It's meant to make you go back to buy more.
Yeah, but it's not. It's. I think it's the same with food. It's the same with our furniture. It's the same. Like these couches, I know they'll last you for quite some time.
To be fair, the couch was already 7 years old when I purchased it, and I've had the couch 2 years now as well. So
yeah, sometimes you find some good stuff in the charity.
This one was 3 years old when I bought it already as well.
But then it has a distinct look to it as well when you go and look for vintage products.
Vintage? Who knows? This ain't vintage.
I'm not calling that. This is
leather.
That's leather.
This is faux leather.
Yeah, I'm not calling that vintage. Definitely not.
This is on top. This is the top layer.
You can see the difference.
You know what they call it? Gold plated.
Hey.
It's not. I'm gonna say. You know when you say gold plated, it's just the top layer. That's what this is. But anyway, yeah, we need to wrap this up. We've had a good episode this week, back after 2 months. Hopefully I can get it up this week. Yeah, laptop's broken. It was my fault. I broke it. I dropped a speaker on it, so
it's okay.
It is what it is. I've got other means to be able to edit on a Mac, but it's not got all the presets and everything I want to set up on it, and it's set up for music. But we'll move.
I think it would just look tired. I can't lie. It's been a hefty week for one. Come back from holiday to me and
straight back to work.
Me and my bonnet number 3.
But anyway, like, subscribe, comment, say what time that you're still here. If you're still here at the end of it, big up to yourself. You know what I mean? Comment down in the comment section. Uncommon sense if you're still here at the end of the pod.
Thank you for your support. Much love.
And we out.